letting people tell you can't do things and you believe in that. Hey, cut that out, for real. Cut this up, put it on repeat. What's going on, folks? Welcome back to another episode of Strong Arm Sports. This is our midweek show, man. We got some great stuff cooked up for you guys today. If you're new here, I'm KSpadeTheProspect.
I'm your boy LeParis57, and together we form Strong Arm Sports. Spade, for this to be the midweek show, we got a lot to discuss, so I'm going to jump right into it. For starters, I want to start with some NFL news. NFL news, you know what I mean, with camps, OTAs, and everything is right around the corner. Everything is firing up right now. It's a lot of players saying they want to hold out for that guap, for that money. Now, you know why I stand on this subject. You know what I mean? I don't get your money. Get your check. I'm not touching the field until I'm getting paid. Now, but some of these players are under contract, like AP. AP scheduled to make like 12, 13 million this year. But it looks like AP still want out of Minnesota. Other guys, Julio was talking about holding out. He said he's going to show up. So Julio Jones showed up. Your boy from the Browns, Tayshaun Gibson, whatever his name is. I think it's Tayshaun. He's holding out. Ed Weddle's holding out. I mean, it's a bunch of these dudes holding out. Now, these guys are under contract. Do you think these dudes should show up to camp? Like, how do you feel about these holdouts?
I mean, I think these guys you gotta get what you worth, man. I'm gonna tell you like this. The NFL is a business. And if at any given time these players aren't making the contributions the team feel like they should be making, those teams will make moves. So I don't see a problem with it when it's the other way. If these teams aren't making the financial contributions these players feel like they deserve, then you got to do what you got to do. I was shocked to see out in Seattle, they saying Russell Wilson and Jimmy Graham missed OTA. So, I mean, so far anyway. So, it's a lot of people about to get broke off. That's what it tell me, bro.
You brought out Russell Wilson. Let's talk about Russell Wilson real quick. Do you think Russell Wilson should hold out for more money? I think he probably
have
like
you seen
the
his
lowest
contract? He ain't even the highest paid QB on that team. Yeah, you should hold out.
Yeah, man.
Get your money.
I definitely think if anybody needs to hold out, it needs to be Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
I think
of
he
course.
will. I think they're going to do right by Russell. I think he will get paid. But how do you feel about AP, man? There's been some rumors out there about Adrian Peterson. He said he's not like his agent sent the text to a guy at Bleacher Report, and AP is allegedly not showing up. AP ain't coming to camp. AP want to be traded, and he's been adamant about saying he want out. And he said hold on, Spade. He said if he doesn't get out, what he said he gonna do, Spade?
He said he gonna hang the cleats up.
He said he gonna retire, homie. So how do you feel about AP?
Here's the thing, man. I understand a little bit of Adrian Peterson's issue with the Vikings. I guess he felt like he had given so much to this team, he wanted them to kind of have his back more through his situation. The team, of course, was like, hold up, this is negative PR. We're going to stand over here. When you need us, we over here. And they did a great job of waiting till, the kind of storm clouds went by. And then they came back and they was like, we ain't really sure what we're going to do. They was very cloak and dagger with their movement. And AP felt some kind of way. But Adrian, let's face it, it's a good chance that you ain't even playing football. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think you really can be too picky right now. I really don't. I feel like you should just come back and play football. And then if you decide somewhere through there that Minnesota's not it for you, have your agent making moves in the background. But for you, with what you just came through, you looking real selfish right now. It's a lot of people don't even feel like you deserve a second chance. Now, I'm not one of those, but a lot of people don't even feel like you deserve a second chance. You getting a second chance and then you crying about what team you play for millions of dollars? Man, you better get your ass out there and run the football. You better follow your lead blocker. That's what you better do.
You know what? That's an excellent point, because there's people that wake up every day and damn sure don't want to go to their job and ain't making half of what you making, and they got to go there every day to get that money. So you know what? When you say it like that, I kind of agree with you, AP. Show your ass up in camp. You better be in camp, bro.
Better go run that football, AP. That's what you better do.
You better go run that football. You're right. I agree with you, Spade. I agree.
Yo, check this out. Now, I don't know if you follow this guy on Twitter or Instagram. When you post something on Instagram, you got the option to link it to Twitter. I'm a big fan of that. So Colin Kaepernick just used his social media for the worst possible way. And so he posted on Instagram a photo of the Houston floods with a little message that went some way along the lines of, look, Houston, I told y'all to watch out for the storm, referring to himself. But, I mean, it wasn't the time or the place to crack that joke. And it was received, as you could imagine, very, offensively. People was like, wait a minute, So then he came back and said, I didn't realize how many people were struggling from this storm. I feel so bad. I'm sorry. And when are these athletes gonna learn to just put your phone down? Stop tweeting. When they gonna learn, man?
The great Herm Edwards always say, don't hit send. Let me tell you guys something.
That's what he said.
It's a lot of things I want to tweet. I don't tweet, man. You don't have to tweet. Let me tell you something. When I want to tweet something that I shouldn't be tweeting, you know what I do? I call KSpade. I be like, Spade, I got to say this to somebody. So
you text it to me.
Yeah, or I text it to him. You don't have to tweet everything. Come on, Kaepernick. Of course, you're in the limelight. You're the starting quarterback of an NFL franchise. Come on, man. You know the streets is watching. The tweets is watching. You already know they watching. Come on, man. You got to be smarter.
Let me add something on to that. You say he's a star player in the limelight, and all that is true. But to really look at it through the microscope, he's a star player in the limelight of a team that look like they in shambles when he's coming off probably his worst season since he's been a pro. Like, you the last person need to be doing this. If you got time to tweet and post jokes about Houston floods, you might want to get in your playbook and learn a few more plays.
I
don't know, because you didn't look too hot last year, Cap. And I'm a fan, but let's face it, you didn't look hot last year at all. You ain't it
right, man.
Right now.
I
don't do that.
Again, I agree with you, bro.
You know what we need to do? We need to put SAS on hold for a minute and just put the show on hold. And we need to go start us like a business to help these athletes with their PR. What's going on with the PR of these athletes? Like, y'all goofing up. Who telling AP that this is the time to be talking about what team you want to play for? And who was not around to tell, who did Cap say, look what I'm about to send? Who looked over and said, oh, yeah, send that. That's fire right there. Send that. Like, who in their corner, bro?
I have no clue, because there's been plenty of times I said you and me, and I'm like, yo, I'm about to post that on Twitter. And you like,
and I said, don't do that.
Whoa, bro.
Right.
You're going a little too hard. So I know, and we ain't even big, in the limelight like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't even big like that. But I don't know, man. Somebody should have been, that way it goes. It goes to show that Kaepernick has to have yes men around him. He probably showed somebody that picture and was like, yeah, tweet that. That's funny. Instead of being like, whoa, something going on in Houston, bro. I don't think you need to be doing that now. You know what I mean? Somebody, come on, man. Somebody got to step in there.
People losing their houses and stuff. People getting they property flooded. They place where they lay their head flooded. That ain't the time for no joke, Cap. Come on, man.
Hashtag don't hit send, man. Hashtag don't hit send. But you ready to move on?
Yeah, what else we got?
All right, let's move on to some NBA news. Let's talk about Matthew Dellavedova. I said it right?
Yeah.
Matthew Dellavedova. Listen, I got a question for you, Spade. Dellavedova especially since the playoffs start, he's been one of those guys that's been acting real crazy in the playoffs. He's been getting in a lot of scuffles. And I got me to thinking, do you think Matthew Delly, as they call him, is he a dirty player?
You mean my opinion or what I feel like other people think about him?
Give me both.
I don't think he's dirty. I think he's scrappy. And again, I'm going to play the age card. But I grew up in a time where the NBA was way more scrappy anyway. I saw a whole lot more physical brand of basketball than we get a chance to see on TV now. I think he's a scrappy player. I think a lot of people think he's dirty because, and I don't want this to come across wrong, I don't have a problem with ESPN. I actually love ESPN, and one day I wouldn't mind being employed by ESPN if you guys are watching. But for what it's worth, ESPN has the power to warp people's opinions, and I've seen it happen before. So what they did was they took every play that was kind of, whoa, what did he just do? And they showed them all. So everybody saw that and went, oh, Matthew Dellavedova is a dirty player. But this guy ain't just getting in the league this year. And nobody's ever heard, I've never heard anybody even question this until now. So if a guy's been in the league a couple of years and you just now feeling like he's a dirty player. I heard Bill Laimbeer speak on himself and his career. He said, I wasn't the greatest basketball player. I wasn't the most talented. So what I did was I bust my butt. I hustled. I did whatever I could do to help the team. And if I couldn't help them with my gameplay, then I would get in the head of an opponent. And I would try to make an opponent hit me and get suspended. Whatever I could do. And sometimes, and I'm not saying he's not talented. I think he's a really good spot-up shooter. I think he's a good defender. I question his court vision and his passing, as I did on Twitter, and some of Dellavedova's fans let me know that they disagreed with my opinion. I don't think he's the best passer. I don't think he has the best court vision. But maybe what he's doing is saying, you know what? For what I lack in skill and talent, I'm going to make up for it with hustle and just grit and just physical play. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I don't see a problem with it whatsoever. Now, if the result is that he get elbowed in the head by Al Horford, that's a chance he take. You know what I'm saying? But if he really is doing what Bill Laimbeer did, then it worked. It got Al Horford ejected.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I happen to like Matthew Dellavedova, though. I like the way the kid play. I like the way he play. I don't think he's dirty at all. He's just aggressive.
You better watch your knees around him,
You ain't lying.
Because he's sliding in. He coming in hot. But let's move forward, man. I just spoke on Al Horford and his ejection.
Okay.
And it leads me to this. Now, if you guys are basketball fans, which I hope you are, then you saw an epic Game 4 from the Houston Rockets and the Golden State Warriors. Now, in that game, it was a very controversial play where Andrew Bogut was kind of, I don't know what he was doing. It looked like he was about to apply some type of grappling move to Dwight Howard. And Dwight kind of, in a defensive motion, flung his hand back and he hit Bogut in the face. And they reviewed it and they ended up deciding that it was a flagrant 1, not a flagrant 2, which would have done two things. One, it would have got Dwight ejected for that game. But for two, if you guys don't know, flagrant 2s stack up. And that would have been Dwight's 4th flagrant 2, which would have resulted in a 1-game suspension as well. So if they had a rule that a flagrant 2, he would have missed the rest of that game. And even if they went on to win without him, which you could debate, if they did win, he would have missed the next game. So a lot of people felt like he should have been ejected because Al Horford was ejected. And they felt like it was some foul play in him not being ejected. Because if it had been a flagrant 2, it would have pretty much derailed the Rockets' chances of competing. How you feel about that, man?
I think the refs got it right with Dwight and got it wrong with Al Horford. And I actually think them ejected Al Horford for that what he did to Matthew Dellavedova. It hurt the Hawks because Al Horford was pretty much cooking that game. Too sensitive, man. There's nothing wrong with some scrappiness. Like, come on, man. Tee him up. Give him a tee. And let's move on. Let's play some basketball, man. Since when we gotta have a problem with everything? Like, long as it ain't no punches thrown or fisticuffs and nobody running in the stands or coming off the bench. Look, let's just tee him up and move on, man. I think they got it right with Dwight and wrong with Al Horford. How do you feel about it?
For the most part, I agree. But now I wanna strong arm you and bring a little bit of humor to this show. Let me ask you this. Now, Dwight flung his hand back, but he was looking in a different direction, right? So, I mean, one could argue he know what he was hitting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Al Horford was looking at Matthew Dellavedova trying to give him the people's elbow. He just missed it. So, technically, Al Horford, what he did was worse. No?
Let me tell you something. I think if Al Horford is a professional basketball player. If he wanted to drop that elbow on Dellavedova head, wherever, if he wanted to drop it somewhere on his body, he would have did it. I just think he tried to fall on him. Now, he did hit him with the elbow, but I think if he was trying to do something malicious to Matthew, he would have did it. It would have been done. I just think he wanted to be like, yo, y'all, you just rolled up on my homie ankle the same way you just did me right there. I just want to let you know I'm not the one. And he just kind of fell on him and gave him a little elbow. If he wanted to hit him in the head, Dellavedova would probably be unconscious right now.
I don't know.
Would probably be unconscious.
He a professional basketball player, not a professional fighter. He ain't trained in dropping elbows. It's a chance he could miss them. Hell, I see professional fighters miss punches. So I'm not sure that I agree with you on that. And for what it's worth, I don't think it should have been a flagrant 2. But people were speaking as though they were one and the same, and I was saying definitely, in my eyes, what Al Horford did was worse. he was looking. Dwight was kind of like, get off me. And he hit him in the face. Plus, I happen to feel like Dwight is soft, and I know that Dwight ain't got no aggressive bone in his body. Ain't no way Dwight Howard was trying to hit nobody in the face. If he was, he would have hit KG in the face when he got punked out in the regular season. When he learned how to hit people in the face. Right?
You ain't lying. And they was right in each other's face, too.
Right. And he didn't do nothing but lean on him.
I mean, I kind of think they got it right with Dwight, wrong with Al Horford. Come on, NBA, tighten up. Tighten up,
I'll
NBA.
buy some of that.
Get it together, man.
I'll buy some of that.
Yeah, get it together. But moving on. We speaking on the Rockets with Dwight Howard, and you know, they won the game. They won game 4. They did not get swept. So kudos to the Rockets for showing up for game 4. Getting the dub out there. James Harden went wheels. He went bananas. Put him on his back. But got me to thinking, Spade, impact of the Rockets winning game 4. Do the Rockets have a shot?
Let me approach this one right here with caution.
Okay.
Do they have a shot?
I'm listening.
Absolutely. It is tough to beat the Warriors. It's tough to beat the Warriors at home. And in games 1 and 2, Houston was right there for both of them. Now, game 3, I don't know what the hell happened, but they were right there. We saw this Houston team come back from 3-1 with the Clippers in games where they were losing by like 20-something points in that series. So with this Houston team, it's all about how they finish. I think at this point, we all know not to get too excited about a Houston hot start. It's how they finish. And I think they have a chance. I don't know. I mean, you know my pick. I picked Golden State. I just felt like they got too many scorers on that team, and at the same time, they got too many bodies they can throw at James Harden and slow him down. But they definitely have a chance. I think they do.
They don't have a shot. They don't have a shot? Nah, it's over. It's over. Golden State about to go back home and get this dub and get ready for the finals, man. I'm going to tell you what. It would be something to see if the Rockets is able to get this thing to game 7. You know what I mean? I know they got to take it one game at a time. Mm-hmm. And I mean, everybody was saying, oh my God, Steph Curry with this concussion crap. He all right. Steph Curry is good. He came back in the game. Curry good. But it would be something to see if the Rockets could somehow get this to 7. It would be something to see. I just don't think they have enough. I mean, Josh Smith came out yesterday in the first quarter and went bananas, scored like 12 straight points or something, was banging threes or something like he was James Harden with that left hand. I don't know what got into Josh Smith. I don't think they can get that from Josh Smith again. No more this series. No more. I mean, Dwight, James, and Ariza, they've been playing pretty solid. They've been giving the Rockets what they normally give them. And, I mean, it really took James Harden playing out of his mind for them to get that victory yesterday. Like, James Harden literally went ham. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, and the Warriors were still almost right there. You know what I mean? Like, they were still right there. So, I don't think the Rockets have enough. But it would be something to see if they could somehow pull out this next game and get this joint to the 7th game. It would be something to see. I just don't think they have enough.
Well, let me add this. You talked about Josh Smith having this great game, and he did. What he did was he started hot. I know he was 3 of 3 from beyond the arc in the first quarter. At one point, Josh Smith had 13 points, and Golden State had 13 points. That being said, Josh Smith just finished with 20. So he just scored but 7 points in the last 3 quarters of the game. So I don't feel like telling one other guy on that team I need 20 from you. I don't feel like that's impossible. Now, you did speak on something big, and that's how aggressive James Harden was. And you and I, we talk a lot, especially during the games. And this is what you and I both been saying we would like to see from James. That passive James Harden, I don't like that guy. I don't ever want to see that guy again. In game 4, you saw James Harden doing the clap. And anybody who's played basketball know when you do that clap and you want the ball. Like, he was aggressively calling for the ball, and he was cooking. He shot 7 of 11 from beyond the arc. People always make it sound like James Harden get all his points from the free throw line. He actually shot more and more efficiently from beyond the arc than Klay Thompson and Steph Curry. Now, whether or not James Harden can give us a 45-point game is all here. as far as ability-wise, I don't think anybody on that Golden State team can lock up James Harden. He's just got to come out and be aggressive. And if the shot's not falling, he is one of the best at getting to the foul line. And that's the reason this team has made it that far. I think they definitely got a chance. And I know I don't want to give them like that asterisk or whatever, but I can't help but wonder if they had a healthy Pat Beverly. And I'm going to even I'm going to sprinkle in a little Monty Umas. If he had those two guys on that court, this Rocket team would be something to keep an eye on. Seriously.
Spade, we know you love James Harden.
What?
It's a wrap, bruh. It's a wrap. We know it. James Harden's going to be a strong performer at the end of the week. We already know. We know you love that guy.
Didn't you say it was a wrap when they was down 3-1 with the Clippers? Let's be honest. Didn't you say that?
It is a wrap. I don't remember.
I remember.
No, I don't remember.
I do.
I don't remember. This is a wrap, though. This is a wrap.
How is this any different than 3-1 with the Clippers?
They got to run off 4 straight. They ain't have to run off 4 straight with the Clippers.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You are not beating Golden State 4 times in a row. I just don't see that.
No way.
I don't see you beating Golden State 4 times in a row.
No way.
I tell you what, though.
No way.
If any team could do it, I could see this team doing it.
No, sir.
What else we got? You in poopy mode tonight. LaParis is always poopy on the midweek show because he got work in the morning.
No, sir. I'm good. I'm good. You ready to move on?
Yeah.
All right, moving on. We want to talk about the NBA lottery, man. So it's been a lot of reports about the NBA lottery. The Knicks want to do this with the pick. The Lakers want to do this with the pick. Minnesota's going to do this with the pick. This top player don't want to go here. Man, there's been a lot of reports about the NBA lottery. So, Spade, the NBA lottery got me to think, should they change the format? Do we like the format? Is it fixed? What do you think about the NBA lottery?
I hate it. I think most people do, right?
Yeah, I think most people do too. They think it's fixed.
Why does it have to me, why not just do the same thing the NFL does? Take the team with the worst record and give them the first pick. That does 2 things. For one, it takes that whole conspiracy theory person out of the loop. And then what you do is you take the weaker teams and you give them the best player. And your goal there is to balance the league. This lottery thing doesn't necessarily balance the league. Man, you got teams getting the number 1 lottery ball 3 times in 5 years and stuff like that. It's crazy. It's crazy, and I know I sound like a kid saying this, but it's unfair. It's real unfair. But I'm going to tell you something that I heard this year that I never really thought about. This year set up where the top 3 picks go to Western Conference teams. And you guys, I already know, we discussed it on the show, it's a huge talent unbalance between the Western Conference teams and the Eastern Conference teams. So in a situation like this, the West continue to get stronger. And the East, in the meantime, continue to be the weaker conference. Now, I know the East has some first-round picks. Anthony Bennett, that's just their fault. I don't even know why he was ever the first overall pick. And then Wiggins, who looked like he's going to have a promising career, but LeBron got him shipped up out of there. That's not necessarily the league's fault, but at the same time, it's still more of the talent going to the Western Conference, man. I hate this lottery thing, this draft balls. I don't like it, man. I don't like it.
So wouldn't that give more incentive to tank though?
But they tanking like hell anyway. They tanking like hell for the chance of lottery ball.
That's a great point.
Yeah, tanking's gonna always be around. Some teams
they're gonna tank regardless. So you might as well just give it to the worst team.
Right. Now what you got is teams tanking like hell and not even getting the first round pick. They tanking in vain now.
And not even improving. Like still putting.
I keep saying first round. They're not getting the first pick. I mean first overall pick. I don't know why I keep saying first round.
They tank. They don't get the first overall pick. They get a high first round pick, but they don't even get better because they want to tank next year to try and get the best player in next year's draft. So they're not even improving. They're not putting the best product on the court for the fans. I agree, man. Just give it to the team with the worst record. But I'm interested to know how the fans feel. I think some of the fans like the lottery, man. So let me know in the comment section down below. How do you feel about the lottery? How do you guys feel about the NBA lottery draft? Do you like the way the NBA has the draft set up? Let us know in the comment section down below.
Yo, we also want to encourage you guys to tweet us drop it in the comment section below down here. If you're listening on one of our podcasts, on SoundCloud or iTunes or whatever, you can come to YouTube and comment, or you can tweet us at StrongArmSportsYT. And the link will be in the description. I know you guys can't see it on the podcast, so it's STRG ArmSportsYT. That's our Twitter. At that. But if you guys got questions that you want us to answer, or even topics you want to pitch our way, pitch it to us, man. You know, sometimes you guys are thinking like us, and sometimes we're on two completely different pages. And, you know, we like y'all page as much as we like ours.
Yeah. You know, and the feedback is always appreciated, man. We love you guys to interact. We love you guys to tweet us, man. I mean, our Twitter has been on fire this week, and it's just the beginning of the week. So definitely send your thoughts to Twitter. If you want topics, questions, anything, man, send it to Twitter, man. We respond over there, man. Yep. So if you make a good point, you might get a retweet. You might show up on the show. Who knows? You know what I mean? You gotta get interactive, man, and we appreciate it. Spade, anything else you want to add?
That's all I got, man. I'm real patriotic today. I forgot in the last show to tell you guys Happy Memorial Day, so I wanted to represent today.
Oh, yeah, man. We appreciate the soldiers, man.
Yes, sir.
And the ones we lost, man. Other than that, you know, it's the usual. Comment, like, subscribe. If you new, bang the subscribe button. If you're a regular here, hit the like button. Definitely comment. We appreciate all you guys' comments. We'll see you guys next episode.